yeah, right. Do, 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 do. Ah, okay. Uh, oh, actually, it's a new one, isn't it? New game. Resume, start game. Start from the beginning. I'll skip. Okay, so there's here's the home. I have to hit right. I'm curious, so I'll go take a look. If I say I'm curious, I'm gonna see a seal again, so I'll go to home this time. Because I want to avoid seal and get the accurate route. I arrived in class earlier than usual. I walk to my desk next to the window. Good morning, Tonakan. An unfamiliar voice greets me. Eh? I turn around confused. Hello, stranger. Tonakan, the teacher was looking for you. He said he wanted to talk to you about your house. My home? Must be about moving. Who's this new character? I don't know. I should have finished the formalities yesterday. Perhaps there's something I forgot to do. The girl doesn't move but stares there looking at me. Good morning, Yumizuka. Yeah, good morning, Tonakan. Looks like you remember my name. Signaling with relief, Yumizuka Asuki gives a faint smile. I can remember the names of my own classmates, you know. It's just that we haven't spoken to you much. Yeah, I was a little nervous about talking to you. Yumizuka smiles again. She seems happy about something. Who is this person? Are they gonna replace the other guy? Maybe. Yumizuka continues to stare at me as if she wants to say something else. To be honest, I don't know her that well. Although we're in the same class, I can count the times we've spoken. Yumizuka Asuki is the center of attention. She's often the topic of conversation among the boys and their aunt. There are rumors about her among the girls. In short, she's your typical class idol. Is that so? Naturally, she's always surrounded by a crowd. She's the complete opposite of a loner like me. While I might be able to remember the name, Yumizuka Satsuki, there's still reason for her to remember the name Tonoshiki. Seems like some bothersome coincidences are at work today. Maybe. Tonakan, can I ask you a question? If I can ask, you can ask. If I can answer, you can ask as many times as you want. Something, if it's something personal, but you said you're moving. You said you're moving. Are you going to move somewhere far away? Her voice trails off as if it's hard for her to ask. You clap her hands to stop fiddling. I don't want to sudden, but would you be transferring somewhere? No, I'm not changing my residence, but not my school. My new house is still in this town anyway, so it's not a big deal. Would I have seen you if I picked this one on the other route? I wonder what the importance of you is. But that's so good. Yumizuka sighs with relief. How odd. Why would something like me moving cause that much of a reaction? But are you going to leave the Arimas? Yeah, I enjoy living with them, but I can't leech off them forever. Huh? How does Yumizuka know that? No one at school I should know I was living with the Arimas except for a certain guy. What's up, Tonakan? A carefully loud voice rings out from the classroom doorway. Hello. Guess you both appear. As if on cue, the guy who's been my friend since middle school appears. Hey, if it isn't Yumizuka, it's not often I see you talking to Tono. Morning, Inukun. Yumizuka looks away with an unenthusiastic reply. I guess I'll save, since I'm gonna have to do this anyway. I guess she isn't the type who'd respond well to a guy like him. Tono picking up chicks? What the hell's going on? I thought you weren't interested in M. Abiko explains his joke loudly. You won't stop spreading lies. I'm a normal guy, of course I'm interested in girls. Cool beans. Is that right? Good for you, man. So these days girls find it more amusing if you have a weird sex drive instead, but they'll only find it amusing and it won't go any farther. His harmless, cheerful laugh echoes throughout the morning classroom. I let out another sigh, and once again wondered like how many times how I ended up knowing this person. His hair dyed orange, ears pierce his vicious glares that shouts he will pick a fight with anyone, anytime, and is wearing of rebellious clothes. Inu Abiko is only a free-spirited outlaw in our university-oriented high school. Do you have to be this loud early this you have to be so loud this early in the morning? I'm depressed about all sorts of stuff, so stay away from me, okay? I wave my hand to shoo him away. Depressed? What's wrong, man? Is it that time of the month? Wait, I take that back. Rather than just for today, stay away from me for the rest of my life. My depression will only get worse with you around. Cool beans. Ignoring Ariko, I head back to my desk, dropping my bag and taking a seat as I stretch my back. Hey, you can't just ignore other people like that, Atona. You're gonna hurt people with that careless attitude of yours. Well, that's news to me. Is there some way I can kill them instead? If you can tell me how, I'll repay you by trying to get out on you. That's cold, man. Aren't you just a little nastier than usual this morning? Didn't I tell you I'm depressed? Other people aside, I'm certainly not showing any kindness to you. Ariko sighs. Why are you only being mean to me, Tona? You're like a saint to everyone else. It's not fair. Why you just figure that out? The world's unfair. You really are only mean to me. Ariko gives another exaggerated sigh. I didn't try particularly hard to be cold to Ariko. That's just the kind of relationship we have. So Ariko, what's the chronically late night owl who never shows up until the last second period doing here in homeroom? Yeah, it's because of the killings. But still, oh no, it's very odd. I was thinking that too. I guess being at school on time isn't just for when I happen to wake up early. Well, I won't comment on your hobbies, but what I'm asking is why you woke up early. Why I woke up early? I guess it's because I can't stay out late since all the fuss started. So I actually got to sleep at night now. You've heard the stories about the serial killings, haven't you? I see. I don't think I did hear something like that. I feel a tinge of regret of anything Ariko to remind me. For the past 2 or 3 days, I had been debating whether or not to return to the Turner household so I completely lost touch with the news. What was that again? They've given it a really nasty name like they've researched serial killings or something. The vampiric. There's more to it. So far all the victims have been young girls. The 8th victim was only 2 days ago. And to top it all off, they were all wait. What happened to them again? Their blood was sucked dry. Ariko tilts his head in contemplation. I'm an idiot for asking him. You sure are, Tonakan. Yeah, I remember now. All the victims were cut into pieces and arranged into a pattern or something. They were? No, Inukun. Everyone who was killed lost a lot of blood. Oh yeah, that was it. They said it's some kind of modern day vampire or something. You should know a lot about this, Yumizuka-san. Not really. It's happening in this town, so it's in the news. You'd remember it if you didn't want to. I see. I thought it was happening in a neighboring town, but I guess it moved down to here. Well, anyway, that's what happened. Even I wouldn't be going on the streets at night with a killer walking around. That's why I've been waking up at 7 lately. What? That's it? Having good reason doesn't make a good story. What's the fun in that? Man, you're cold. What? Did you catch some anime already this morning? I'm alright, thanks for asking. If I was anemic 24 hours a day, I'd be dead, you know. Yeah, you're right. If you say you're okay, then I guess you're okay. I guess so too. And the bell rings, interrupting our conversation. The class is about to begin. Hurry up and get back to your seats. Cool. So, I'm gonna stay in the classroom for lunch, right? And just ignore everyone. So yeah, Ariko goes back to his seat. See you later, Tonakan. Yeah, sorry for keeping you, Zuka-san. I wonder if you have a root. I like footsteps tap across the floor as she returns to her desk. Or is she just gonna die? Could be either or. Well, she could die and also have a root, but whatever. Second period is over. Homeroom teacher, who's also a math teacher, calls out to me as he leaves. Tona, your documents are missing some details. Please go visit the office. It shouldn't take long, so I'll head to the office before the third period starts. The office is on the first floor. The second year classroom is on the third floor, but I could make it back before the third period starts if I run. This did not happen before, so this is new. I run and run and run. The impact floors me with a thud. My head hits something and the wall swims before me. Ow, ow, ow. I hear a voice nearby. It's a woman's voice I've never seen before. It seems like I ran into someone. I'm sorry, are you okay? I can't see my surroundings too well. But I apologize to the person I hit. Who did I hit this time? Are you a new character? Yes, I'm alright. How about you? Are you okay? There's no traces of accusation in that gentle voice. I don't know who she is, but it seems like she's worried about me. Yeah, I'm okay. Shake my head and stand up, and finally I can see clearly. Who is it? Oh, it's you. You really alright? Your head is swelling up. There. I feel a prickle of pain when I try to touch it with my hand. It's like she said I'm developing a magnificent lump. I'm sorry. I was not paying attention to where I was going. Your forehead must really hurt, right? The female student glares apologetically at my face. Oh, I hate you, Seal. From the former way she spoke, I assumed she was a first year, but from the color of her ribbon, I can see she's a third year, in other words, my senpai. No, it's fine, really, I'm the one at fault. I'm sorry for bumping into you, senpai. I lowered my head in a bow. Come to think of it, you're right. You shouldn't be running down the halls, you know. There are people like me spaced out while looking down at the courtyard. Yeah, I'll be more careful, are you right, senpai? Yes, I only fell. Because you ran into the wall while trying to avoid hitting me, Tonakun. Really? No wonder I'm seeing stars. I'm lucky to get off with just a bump after running into a wall at that speed. Sorry about that, but spacing out in the hallway is also dangerous, senpai. Yes, I'll be more careful. Senpai smiles and nods. It's an honest smile. Excuse me, I'd best be going. Being the dust off my pants, I begin walking towards the office. But the others continue to watch me through their glasses. Wait, just who is she? I was distracted because I ran into her, but couldn't think of it. She's beautiful. No. She's this beautiful, the male students would talking about the beautiful third year wearing glasses. I'm going now. You should go back to your classroom too, senpai. If you're in any pain, please come to my classroom. I'm Tona from second year, third class. I'll take responsibility. She nods. Even though she's older than me, it's like dealing with someone younger. I wonder if I can kill you in this route. Alright, if anything happens, I'll come to your classroom at lunchtime. Remember, Shiki-kun, you mustn't run in the hallways. Okay, but you shouldn't space out in the hallways either, senpai. With that, I wave my hand and leave. Wait, Shiki-kun, I haven't told her my first name. Come to think of it, did she use my name earlier too? Huh? Have I met you before, senpai? Eh? Senpai cries out in surprise and mischievously puts on a depressed face. You're terrible, Tona-kun, you've already forgotten me? Forgotten? No, I didn't think so. If I ever got myself involved with everyone like her, there's no way I'd forget. She looks up at me, reproachfully. As I'm sure I remember this somewhere, don't I? Is this a power suggestion? Come to think of it, we exchanged greetings once or twice before, didn't we? Oh, is that what that white flash was? A seal, senpai, right? Say her name, evasively. I see. Yeah, and I'm glad you remember. You seem like the type of person to space and forget, Tona-kun. I don't think I spaced out, but there's nothing I can do about the fact that I forgot. Well then, goodbye. Let's meet again at lunch. No, let's not. The vampire bows again, and I watch her walk down the hall. Bye. Well, this could be a new scene too, and I guess I just skipped it actually. Okay, it's not new. It's lunchtime now. Where should I eat for lunch? Eat in the classroom. Don't associate with anyone. It's lunchtime and the classroom starts to liven up. Let's save again. Some guys are dashing off towards the cafeteria. A group of girls are rearranging desks from a table, and some students are calmly leaving this classroom box lunches in hand. I watch them while I set down the milk and bread I bought. Hello. Sheesh, not much of an appetite as usual, huh, Tona? This guy in front of me being here is already a part of my daily routine, and I'm not about to start complaining now. But man, what's up with us? Just the two of us eating lunch together? What kind of meal got unaccompanied by a beautiful blossom? If you don't have any blossoms, why don't you join that group over there? I'm not gonna stop you, idiot. When I say blossom, I mean a single beautiful blossom. Those girls making the group aren't good. They're poisonous rather than being beautiful. Aliko's comment would have probably earned him some rocks thrown in his direction if the group of girls had heard him. Lucky the girls in the class didn't give us poisonous words. That's pretty harsh, Ariko. I know you were a bad guy before, but haven't you been getting worse lately? Surprisingly merely bad and getting into a deviant. Surpassing. I can't help it, can I? When there's a true beautiful blossom at our school, my discerning eyes, but you're more critical. I'm pretty sure you forgot about them after they turned their powers off, so whatever. So, who is this beautiful blossom? That's a secret. I don't want any more competition now, do I? Good, keep it to yourself. Ariko laughs with an ambitious smile splitting over his face. As it is something I don't have, I'm a little impressed by his ability to express himself so frankly. And then the person I just met comes in from the classroom door. With a box lunch in hand, there's no way she could. Hello, Tona-kun. If mind if I interrupt? I do in fact mind. Oh yeah, it's fine, of course. Smiling Seal Senpai brings over a chair and sits down naturally. Senpai, you hurt? No, I'm not hurt at all. You don't have smell of smiling reply troubles me. You know, it does make a lot of sense that they randomly just keep talking to this character. Is it because they want to kill them? But you said to come here at lunchtime, so I thought it'd be rude if I did not. It's true I did say that, but what I intended to say was that she could come and I would take responsibility if she ended up being hurt. Senpai, Aiko slams to the desk table with a bang as he stands up. Inu-kun, could it be you and Tono-kun are acquainted? Yeah, we're more than casual acquaintances. Tono and I have been friends since we were kids, right Tono? You could even say we were best friends. Aiko makes a tight fist for emphasis. There's no room for agreement or disagreement. I think it's 2 days. Then it's then I pass out. Which I may get a choice then? I'm not sure. Oh really? It's such a coincidence that you two are friends. It sure is. This bastard has such a calming face. I'm wondering just when did he start getting along with Senpai? Ariko glares at me while laughing towards Senpai. Absentmindedly, I wonder if that's what you would call being well-rounded. In the end, Ariko forcefully convinces Senpai to stay for lunch. Well, since she brought her lunch, perhaps that's what she had in mind in the first place. Oh, Inu-kun, do you live by yourself? No. Nah, I live with my sister. Our parents left us in charge of the house, so naturally we learned how to cook, that's all. Ariko seems familiar with Senpai. He's able to talk to her more casually than I am. I've only met her a few times, or one time. By the way, Senpai, you said that you were called spot here by Inu. Tono, did something happen? Yes, I ran into Tono-kun during the break. I wasn't hurt, but Tono-kun hit his head. And you came to see him because you became worried? Yes. That's about right. No, it's not. Senpai's voice is brisk and pleasant to listen to. Since listening to is more interesting than talking, I keep silent. Then, that's when Ariko directs the conversation towards me. What's wrong, Tono? Running into someone? Don't tell me your animal was acting up again. Ariko's voice betrays his deep concern about my health. No, it's not that. I was running to the office to deal with some details for moving. That's when I ran into Senpai. Really? Well, I guess your carelessness was at fault. Ariko folds his arms and nods in agreement to himself. Tono-kun, are you changing schools? The professor suddenly outburst almost hysteric. Really, why does she think I'm changing schools just because of that? Maybe the other girl also wants to kill me. I'm not changing schools, Senpai. I'm just changing my place of residence, so I filed the paperwork which change of address. So that means you're going to be living alone. No, I'm just going back to my real home. It's that fancy place on the top of the hill. I still can't quite believe it yet. Oh, could that possibly be the Tono-san mansion? I asked with some hesitation. The Western-style house on top of the hill is probably seen as something special to the residents of the town. She already researched me anyway, so it's kind of whatever. I haven't been there for 8 years, but even in my memories, the Tono mansion was ridiculously large. Yes, that's right. I don't think it's a place for me either, but it's too late right now. I'm done moving. You don't seem too happy about it. It's not a particularly good or bad thing. I don't really understand it myself. Well, even if it is your house, it's been 8 years, right? I can understand you're feeling restless. It'll probably feel like someone else's house for a while. I wonder if that's so. I haven't gone back yet, so I don't know. Well, I'm a bit relaxed since I've always got a refuge at your place. Listen, you're not impressed with how you come to stay at my house every time something happens. I like your personality trait of not standing out, but I've hated how you're always too reserved for a long time. Ariko strikes the table with a loud bang again. Well, everything Ariko said is true, so there's no way to fight back. Inu-kun, does Tono-kun really stay at your house that often? Yes, he does. And Tono's too reserved towards his parents, and he would go to my place every long vacation. He's reserved towards them, as they're taking care of him. That's why he comes to my place when we conveniently have an empty room. Since he looks pretty decent, my sister took a liking to him, and he shamelessly comes to stay with us without paying a cent. Ariko's face trembles, as if to say unforgivable. Taking care of Tono-kun. Ariko claps a hand over his mouth. Sorry, I should have thought before I spoke. It's okay. You didn't say anything wrong. I continue to eat my bread without looking at Ariko. Really? Yeah, you're right. If you complain about that, you'll be in for some punishment. Ariko nods himself in agreement. His overwhelming optimism is something I am truly envious of. Ah. So, for the Tono Mansion routes, if Akira just kills them, since it's supposed to be a different story, does that mean I'm just gonna get controlled by Roa? Tonakun, did you not get along with your previous family? No, that's not it. This guy has no problem with the Arimas. Oh, the Arimas with the family who took care of him. They're really nice people, and for what I could see, they're a happy family. Even though you refused to be their adopted child, and you escaped to my place every vacation. Sheesh, just what were you not satisfied with anyway? Something I wasn't satisfied with is just I received so much from them already, I didn't want to be a further burden on them. I turn away, and all of a sudden I realize Yumizuka is close by. Hello. As looks like she wants to say something, but it seems like she can't bring herself to intrude. What's wrong, Yumizuka? I leave Ariko and Senpai and call out to Yumizuka. Oh, it's a new character, hello. I have something I want to talk about. Is now a good time? Sure, can we talk here? Yumizuka's eyes flicker towards Ariko. It seems Yumizuka isn't good at dealing with Ariko. Is it alright if we discuss this in the hallway? I don't mind. I'm leaving for a while, Ariko. Moving to Ariko and Senpai, I exit with Yumizuka into the hallway. Hello, new character. So what did you want to ask me? I'm sorry if I'm wrong about this, but you have been walking around at night in the business district lately. Huh? Business district? I rarely go there in the daytime, let alone at night. The question is so entirely off that I've become interested instead. At night you say? Around what time? Well, I've heard past midnight. Midnight, that rules out completely. I occasionally go out to the business district at night to buy something, but I've never been out into the city that late before. That's definitely not me. My household is old-fashioned, so they've got a curfew at 7. You can't get in after that, even if you cry. Since I don't want to camp outside, I try to my dad to get home before 7. Upfront in denying Yumizuka's question, she happily smiles. Yeah, I know. The Arima is also the head of a style of tea ceremony. That's why I must be really strict with you, Tonakun. I'm so strict as they like to tease me. Yumizuka, you seem to know quite a bit. Are you a student of it? No, I don't really know that much about tea ceremony. I have a friend who goes there, and she told me it was really strict. Oh, but Yumizuka, how did you know I live with the Arimas? I haven't told anyone here at our high school. You've forgotten that we went to the same middle school, haven't you? Yumizuka giggles as she speaks. Is that so? Okay, new character. Yeah, we went to the same middle school. I can't remember, so I can't say anything, but if that's true, then it wouldn't be odd if she knew I was entrusted to the Arimas. Yumizuka and maybe, it's okay as long as it's not you, Tonakun. Sorry for interrupting your lunch. Interrupting my words, Yumizuka, Satsuki goes back into the classroom after saying this. Yo, is your conversation over? Yeah, seems like she's just got the wrong person. Hey, Ariko. Yeah, Yumizuka went to our middle school. To say more, she was our classmate during our second and third year, and now in the second year of our high school, making for 3 years in total. Huh? As if you knew the question he answers. Yeah, how did you know what I was gonna ask? Because of that look on your face. But damn, I thought you were just ignoring her, but you actually didn't even notice her. She's really persistent, or maybe she's just eccentric. She's had to suffer a lot. Ariko makes a difficult face on drugs. Cool beans. I knew it. She's Tona's girlfriend, right? Well, what are you saying, Senpai? There's no way that could be true. Huh. I wonder if I can kill you in this route, Seal. I've never even had a public conversation with her. Actually, I don't know your name is Seal yet, do I? No, there's no use hiding it. You two look like you would get along very well. I'm a little jealous. What's making her so happy? Senpai looks at me with an excited expression. Senpai, Ariko, you say something to this confused person here too. About what? I don't know what you and Yumizuka are up to. What I know is that you two are having a merry conversation this morning. A secret conversation at school is in the morning. How bold are you, Tonakun? The pride's getting more and more worked up in an incomprehensible way. Well, whatever. After all, it doesn't matter to me if Senpai misunderstands. Cool beans. But you mustn't be so blunt to her, Tona-kun. Yumizuka looks kind of sad, doesn't she? Sad about what? You've got to give her a lot of attention. My senpai lunch is going to end soon. Yes. See you later, Tona-kun, Inu-kun. Morning, senpai leaves our classroom. Feel a little exhausted. Tona, don't go after Yumizuka. Akio mumbles this with a stern face. Don't go after, why? This isn't about Yumizuka. Despite her appearance, she's really shy and single-minded. She's not compatible at all with an absent-minded like you. That kind of girl is dangerous to get really involved with. Oh, you can't say she's like a yandere or something? Akio goes back to his own seat. What is he talking about? It's not like I'm thinking of doing something with Yumizuka. I'm not to no one in particular and sit down in my own seat. Cool. What have you seen yet? Does that mean I'm going back to the thingy? Okay. I can stay in school for a little longer, or I can go back to the Tono mansion. I'll just go back to the mansion like I did earlier. Like, why would I stay at school? I haven't need to do so. I hurriedly leave the school. Come to think of it, I haven't left the school by the main gate since the entrance ceremony. I guess that'd be the way to from school from now on. I live in this mansion. Okay, leaving from the main gate, I come to the intersection that leads to the residential district. This is the part that I was wondering why I didn't skip. This is the point at which pass through the city and residential district with the mentioned parts. Oh, it's Tonoko. Suddenly I went into Yumizuka. Hello Yumizuka. It may have been because of Steel Senpai's teasing, but I feel a little embarrassed. Yumizuka looks at me bewildered. Hello, I didn't see you last time. The last route? It's kinda weird. Yumizuka-san, is there something on my face? I was wondering what you were doing here, Tonoko. Isn't your house in the opposite direction? Oh, it wasn't until yesterday, but I'm living somewhere else starting today. From now on, I'll be living at the place at the top of the hill at the end of the residential district. Ah, so that's what you were talking about this morning. Mizuka claps her fist and open palm together in understanding. Roll battery aside, that gesture seems incredibly cute. That's right, I guess there's no hiding it from you since you already know. Leaving my guardians, the Arimas are going back to my real house today. The real house? You mean the Tono mansion? Yeah. I'm just gonna follow the same thingy in the Tono mansion. I wonder if it's gonna be any different, or if I even remember all my choices. Yeah, I don't think it really suits me either. I see. You're really a prince on top of a hill after all. It was a secret only Inu and I knew, but now I guess everyone's gonna find out. With a faint smile, Yumizuka casts her gaze into the direction. She looks out of the horizon as if looking at the Tono mansion off into the distance on the top of the hill. But will you be alright? Even if it's your house, you've been away from it for 8 years, right? Aren't you afraid or worried? Yeah, I'm actually kind of uneasy. I never liked that mansion to begin with, and now it's going to feel like someone else's house too. Still, I can't lead a carefree life on my own and leave my sister Akia there all by herself. No matter how uneasy I am, I have to return to the mansion. In the end, it's still my home. It's only natural for me to go back. I see. Sorry for stopping you, Tonokun. You must be in a hurry, right? Sure. No, not really. I was just having a stroll on the way home. I see. For some reason, Yumizuka looks downcast and falls silent. What's wrong, Yumizuka? Are you feeling sick? I break the silence, but she continues to stare downwards without raising her head. I can't just leave her there, so I continue to stand there looking at her. Why? And then, oh yeah, what is it? I'm going home, but on the same way as you until we reach the hill. Really? Then let's go home for part of the way. Eh? Yuka's eyes widen and she stands there, stifling for a moment. Yeah, you're right. We're going back the same way, so wouldn't it be strange for us to go together for a part of the way, right? Who beans? I wonder if this is gonna affect my mood. I'm putting me on a different mood, actually. I don't know. She says this all with an excessively cheerful voice and stands right beside me. Just the right time too. I'm not too familiar with the streets around here, so would you mind guiding me? Sure. Well then, let's go down the streets. This street is a back street that leads all the way to the street on the hill. A back street, okay? I walked homeward, chatting with Yumizuka. Talking to Yumizuka is anything particularly special, but it is enjoyable in a peaceful kind of way. Despite what Ariko had said, Yumizuka's Satsuki has a gentle air about her and I feel safe being around her. While we're talking, Yumizuka suddenly laughs as if she remembers something. What is it all of a sudden? Did I say something funny? But that's not it. It's just that starting tomorrow I'll be taking the same route as you to school. She laughs, looking truly happy. That honest smiling face is enough to make me happy as I watch her. Huh. That could impact my other routes actually. Cause I'm gonna see a kid, aren't I? When I go to school one time after I kill her. I didn't realize it was up until now. Even putting her looks at my original side, Yumizuka was kinda cute. I'm so trying to understand why the boys in the class have been so worked up around her for so long. Our conversation ceases. I'm simply fascinated by Yumizuka's smile and the two of us fall silent. Without saying anything, we walk towards the residence district in the sunset. Suddenly, oh, it's this, thingy, CG. Hey, do you remember what happened during the winter vacation of our second year of middle school? I probably died. Yumizuka mumbles. Um, Mumbas. I tilt my head to one side. The winter vacation of the second year of middle school was when I had applied to stay for extra lessons at school because I felt bad about staying at the Arimas. I remember it well enough, but I still don't understand why she asked me about it, just as I thought. So like Toniko would never have remembered. Disappointed, Yumizuka's shoulders droop. There were two sports sheds at our middle school, remember? One was a new shed, one used by the big clubs, and the other one was a old one used by the smaller ones like badminton. The old shed had a certain problem where the alignment of the door was bad, so there was often times when it didn't open. Old sheds, uh, that that little concrete building at the back of the gymnasium, that shed, the one which they stopped using after some students got trapped inside. Yeah, that's the one. Students were second years from the badminton club. Ah, yeah, something like that did happen. It was early in the new year on a cold winter day. The first 3 days of the new year having passed, I have applied for extra lessons and requested to stay behind at school and help out because I felt bad about staying at the Arimas. But even that was only until 5 in the evening. It had become dark and I was forced out of the classroom as all my teachers were going home. The middle of the winter. Even if it was only 5, the surrounding really had darkened. The weather report had predicted snow for that day and the cold was extremely harsh. And so just when I had decided to head straight home for the day, I heard banging sounds coming from the old shed and went to check things out. Is anyone in there? I asked, and I heard a voice of several female students in reply from inside the shed. They had been trapped in there for 2 hours. While packing up the school equipment, they had closed the door because of the cold, and now it wouldn't open again. They could open the door no matter what and wanted me to call someone, the teachers for help. But the teachers had all gone home. Even if I were to call them now on the phone, it would take at least another hour. The cold on the day was truly terrible. In the kind of cold that should have prompted snow, I thought it would be cruel to have leave these girls stuck in the shed wearing only their PE uniforms for another hour. There was some hesitation and confirming that no one else was around, I took off my glasses and cut the line of the shed door. The door opened and the 5 students' eyes crying, red from crying, poured out. Okay. Were you one of them or something? Wait, I took my glasses off? Okay. I thought I kept them on this whole entire time. I just took them off for like these past couple days. Well, I guess it's just starting now again, but the days to come. But I guess I sometimes just take them off. Come to think of it, there was something like that. But I'm surprised you know about it. The captain of the club, badminton, told me this has to do with the club's survival, so don't tell anyone else. It was almost like she was threatening me. Oh, Tonakan, you're not interested in knowing who was trapped inside there, did you? Listen, I was one of those badminton club members. Yumi, Zuka sounds like she's pouting. So in other words, I still remember it well. When I think about it, it was only being trapped inside a shed, but at the time it was cold and dark, and I was really worried. Everyone thought we were going to freeze to death like that. My stomach was growling from hunger too, and I was just about to collapse. That must have been tough. I can't really emphasize with her, so I gave a very half-hearted response. Concerned Yumizuka continues her recollections, bringing up events anew. And just when everyone was trembling, you came along, asked, "Is anyone in there?" in your usual unexcited voice. And the captain got angry and shouted, "Can't you tell just by looking? Do you remember?" "Yeah, I remember. There was a loud bang when she threw her back to the door. I was really surprised." "That's right," Yumizuka says, laughing. "But when we heard all the teachers had gone home, we really lost all hope. We couldn't stand being there for even a minute longer. Yet we had to face the prospect of being trapped until the next day. Just when we were thinking about how miserable the world was, you knocked on the door and said, 'Am I able to open the door if you can keep it a secret?' Yeah, and then I heard a loud bang. and someone said if it opened that easily, we wouldn't be us suffering in here. She was really angry. Yeah, the captain felt responsible for trapping us, so she didn't have much patience to spare. But soon after that, the door opened. Everyone was happy that the captain's knocking with the bat must have worked and ran outside. But I was watching you aimlessly stand by the door. Yumizuka looks at me warmly, but that only troubles me. To me, it means nothing, so I can't really appreciate her gratitude. Gratitude. She saw my secret. I have to kill her now. I was crying really hard that time. My eyes just felt like they were sweating and they looked terrible. Yes, I need to murder you. You know my secret. What do you think you said when you saw me like that? I don't know. What did I say? I really don't remember, so I asked as if it was something someone else had done. Despite this, Yumizuka still looks at me happily. You put your hands on my head and said, hurry and go home and eat some, ozone. I was a little embarrassed because I was trembling so much from the cold. I knit my brows. I don't know what I meant back then. I think you meant for me to warm up my body by having some, ozone new. I see. There's right after New Year's after all. That does sound like the stupid kind of thing I would say. Now that's put to me like this, I regret not having picked something better to say. What, better food? Back then I thought there were plenty of reliable people at school, but if I ever really need to be saved, it'll be someone like Tonakun who saves me. No exaggerating, look. It's like how a baby chick thinks the first human it meets is its mother. I just happened to help you. That's not true. Ever since then, I really believe that you would come and help me no matter what the problem was. No, I'm probably gonna kill you actually in this review, but okay. My expression is quite resolute. You give me too much credit, Yumizuka. I'm not that reliable of a person. It's alright. That's what I believe, so let me keep believing it. She pronounced these words, staring straight at me, and I am too embarrassed to offer a rebuttal. Speaking about it, with the fight with Nero, someone could have possibly came. I'm guessing you're gonna come this time, and you're gonna die? Well, I guess you can believe what you want. Isn't that right? If I was ever in a pinch, you'll come and help me, right? Nope. Yumizuka asked me smiling. To be honest, that would be kind of troubling. Despite what she thinks, I'm not the kind of guy who can do everything. I'm not, but when she faced me with that smile, I don't want to destroy the face she has in me. No, you should. Yeah. If it's within my power, I'll help you. Why? Yep, thank you, Tonakun. I know it's a bit late to say this, but I was really happy because of what you said to me back then. Okay. Saying that, Mizuka suddenly stops. Naturally, I stopped too. What? Did you forget what your house was? I just wanted to talk to you with like this, Tonakun. Someone in her voice was a hint of wishfulness. Perhaps it's because of the red lights on the sunset, but somehow Yuzuka looks lonely. Cool. What do you mean? You could have talked to me at any time. We said the same thing. Well, I read this, then I responded this way. Myself. No, I can't. Inukun is always around you, and besides, I can't become someone like you, Tonakun. Without this reserved answer, Yumizuka draws away from me. Well, my house is this way, so I'll see you at school tomorrow. Bye-bye, smiling. Yumizuka waves her hand and begins walking down another street. Okay. Am I going to the Tona mansion now? Skip? No. What happened? I walk a lot of different paths than the one I usually take. Passing through familiar streets, I slowly approach the Tona mansion. The surroundings are not completely unfamiliar. After all, I had lived here until I was 9 years old, 8 years ago. This is not the first time I have taken this path back to the mansion. The buildings are a little complex. The path home is nostalgic yet fresh. Until just now had not. I looked forward to a return to the Turner household. Now it doesn't seem so bad. Train. The house I lived in until I was 9 years old. Right now, Mr. Ariko is in this utter Japanese Western style house. Maki Hisha. My old man created me, and the master of the Tona mansion died a few days ago. My mother died from illness after Akio was born. The Tonas have dwindled down to me and my sister. Being the eldest son, you would think I would stand to become the Tona's heir, but I have not this privilege. To become the Tona's heir means being bound by a strict upbringing. I have lost count of the number of times my father scolded me over my dislike of not being able to live freely. That was when I got involved in that accident and my body became weak, and my father saw it as a good opportunity to get rid of me. His reasoning was something along the lines of someone who could die at any moment, can't become the heir, even if he is the eldest son. Sadly for my mother, I betrayed his expectations by making a recovery by my sister. Akia has already been deemed to be the heir to the Tono household, and so I've heard that Akia, who had already been raised harshly in order to become a proper daughter of the Tono household, received an even harsher upbringing since then. That's a long time ago, so I played with Akia in the mansion right before the accident. After that, I never saw her again. Okay. The life in the mansion I abandoned 8 years ago. Those 8 years were long and my memories of that time had largely faded. But in spite of that, there's one thing that even now continues to burn strongly within my heart, and that is about my little sister Akia, about the cheerful girl. What? What? Who's a cheerful girl? I'm guessing this starts like the Akira, but who's the cheerful girl? Okay, it's the only person I've seen since then. I can't remember all the details because it's been 8 years, but there's other children at the mansion around the same age as me. I don't remember their names, but there were two girls who were twins. Father had once said that they didn't have any relatives, so he took them to work as servants. That's weird. We played together so often when we were small, but can't remember their names. I close my eyes and cast my mind back. I shouldn't be able to remember. Is that Hisu? She was a girl who was always cheerful, so cheerful that you would become cheerful just by looking at her. A girl with a carefree personality who was loved by everyone at the mansion. I, I don't think this is the Akira route. Because she was close to my age, I got along very well with her, and it seems like every day we'd run around the garden together. Let's play together, Shiki-chan. She would say that, and I could remember her uh, taking me out of my room after I secluded myself inside. She would often laugh and take take shy Aki's hand, trying to make her play with us. Maybe she was older than the both of us. She would guide me and Aki to play together, but once we started playing, she could just watch over us. Even Aki's tutor, the harsh buster, would say, "I don't mind as long as it's helping with you guys." But Aki had to play as if there was no helping it. Why is it? Yeah, whatever. In contrast to that, girl was the other one. On the second floor, while we played in the garden, there was a girl looking down at us every time, and I turned to the mansion. She was the twin of that cheerful girl, but she would always gaze at us emotionlessly. Oh, this one's Hisu? Okay. The girl would never leave the house. All she could do was watch with those cold eyes, and in the end I only ended up talking a little with her. I wonder if those girls are still in the mansion. While I was thinking about it, I took a white ribbon out of my bag, an old white ribbon that the girls gave me at the very end. 8 years ago, after God was involved in the accident, that I was entrusted to the Arimas family. Right before I was to leave the mansion, the girl gave me this for some reason. I was selling it to you, so be sure to return it. Say something along those lines, she ran off. Afterwards, I was quickly found out by one of the servants and taken to the front entrance. When no one could see me off, I walked out of the gates of that dry mansion where the Arimas lady held my hand. It was my last memory of when I left the Arimas mansion 8 years ago. Huh. I put the ribbon back in my bag. It's been 8 years after all. Not only do I know if they are still at the mansion, I can't even remember their names. To make things worse, I can't even remember which girl gave the ribbon. Still, it's not like it's some important promise or anything. But I want to keep the promise as long as I still remember it. I agreed to return to the mansion because Akia is now there all by herself. I left her there for 8 years, pushing all the responsibility onto her while I selfishly live freely. I'm going back because I feel guilty for what I did to her. I didn't exactly plan to use this as an opportunity to do so, but if that girl is still at the mansion, I want to totally fulfill the promise from 8 years ago. Okay. Okay, it's huge. The words escaped my mouth when I reached the gate. For someone like me who usually live in a normal house, the total mansion seems well out of reality. I wonder if I rushed into this. No, it's too late to start regretting things now. The gates aren't locked. I push them open and head towards the mansion doors. The tower oppressively bearing down on any visitors. Besides, the iron double doors is an unmatching doorbell. Alright, shaking off my nervousness, I press it. There isn't any affectionate ding-dong chime from the doorbell. The oppressive silence continues for a few seconds. Then the sound of pattering footsteps behind the door indicates someone's presence. I've been waiting for you. It opens with a creak. inside the house, I remember, and a young girl in an apron. Okay. Hello. Thank goodness you're so late. I was beginning to worry that you had gotten lost. I was thinking about going out to meet you if you hadn't arrived at sunset. The girl is the anarcastic apron smiles warmly. Oh no, that's... I'm taken aback by her outdated mode of dress that I can't even form from a sentence. Perhaps attributing my hesitation to distrust, the girl tilts her head a little. You're Shiki-sama, aren't you? Yeah, but you don't have to call me Sama. You are right, but please don't scare me like that. I was beginning to think I'd made a mistake back then. She gives a good natured laugh. Okay. I have no basis for this, but she feels the image perfectly. Could it be that you're the girl who played with us when we were small? I inquire tentatively. She gives a full smile, looking truly happy. Come, you must be tired, right? Please do come in. Akiya-sama is waiting for you in the sitting room. Okay. The girl quickly crosses the lobby and heads towards the sitting room. Turning back as she remembers something, she makes a bow and a full space smile on her face. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. Her greeting is accompanied by her flower-like smile. I can't think of any reply, so I just follow her hesitantly. Oh, no skip still. Interesting. Guided by the girl, I head towards the sitting room. It's as if I'm seeing it for the first time. I don't know if I've forgotten about it in the last 8 years or they had refurbished it since then. Either way, it feels like someone else's house now and it's unsettling. As I'm looking around the sitting room, the maid of the apron lowers her head in a quick bow. I brought Shiki-san with me. Well done. We return to the kitchen, Kuraku. Thank you. It seems the maid's name is Kuraku. Kuraku-san gives a small bow as if to say, well, there, while I use the room. Huh. This leaves me and the two girls I don't recognize. Yeah, Hisu and Akiya. It's been a long time, Nissan. There's a girl with long black hair and sharp eyes. All my thought process stopped at once. My mind goes blank and I can't think of any words of greeting. All I can do is nod with a yeah. I don't think it can be helped. This Akiya that I have not seen in 8 years is the Akiya I remember. She's completely transformed into a proper young lady of a noble family. Nissan, black-haired girl, tilts her head slightly. Pathetically, all I can say are dumbsounding things. My mind is turning into somersaults as I try to recognize the girl before me as Akiya, but it seems like Akiya only recognizes me as her brother. You do not look well. Would you like to rest before we talk? Akiya throws a sharp glare in my direction. Is it just my imagination that she looks like she's in a bad mood? No, I'm alright. I was just surprised at how you trained Akiya. People do change over the course of 8 years, Nissan. We're at an age of change, or do you think you would remain like back then forever? What is this? I can feel the thought in Akiya's words. No, you've definitely changed, Akiya. You've become more beautiful than before. This isn't flattery. It's how I truly feel, and indeed. But you, on the other hand, have not changed at all. Akiya answers coldly, her eyes closed. Well, I came prepared for something like this. Just as I had thought, it seems Akiya does not think well of me. If you're feeling well, let us finish our conversation. You have yet to hear the details about why you were called back here, Nissan. Yes, I know, actually. I have nothing more than a sudden come back to the mansion. Then I found out the newspapers the old man passed away. If the head of a major company dies, it definitely makes it in the financial papers. Word of Tono's Akiya's death reaches son Tonoshiki via the newspapers after the funeral. Even those relatives haven't told him, his disinherited son could pick up news of his father's death merely by buying a 100-yen newspaper. It might be cynical of me to say so, but the world has suddenly become a convenient place. I'm sorry. It was my fault that you did not get news about your father. Kyakuki lowers her head. You're quite right. Either way, it's not like he would come back for the dead if I went. It's not something you should be worried about. Sorry. It's just something... it's somewhat comforting to hear you say that. Akiya's face is serious, but this is another topic I care much about. A funeral is a ceremony for those who could not detach their feelings from the deceased to achieve such detachment. Someone like me who gave off his feelings such a long time ago, there's no need. Pulling you back here was my idea. It'd be odd for the eldest son of the Tonos to be entrusted to the Arimas forever. Now that father has passed away, the only Tono by blood are you and I, Nissan. I don't know father was thinking when he trusted you to the uttermost, but he's no longer with us, so there's no longer any need for you to live with them. That is why I had you come back here. That's all well and good, but I'm quite surprised you were able to get our relatives to agree to this. It wasn't that they came up with the idea of living with the Omas in the first place. That may be so, but now I am the head of the Tona family. I declined every one of the proposals for my relatives. I would like you to continue living here in Nissan, but this is the place with rules. You will avoid living into the overly casual lifestyle you've been living up until now. I'm afraid that isn't going to happen, Akia. There's no way I can go back to being such a well-mannered gentleman now that I want to ask more of you. But do try, or are you saying you are unable to do what I already have? Aki shoots me a cold look. It feels like she's hitting me with her grudge against me. But even go for the past 8 years. Alright, I get it. I'll try my best. Aki just stares at me as if she doesn't quite believe me. Yeah, probably. You do not need to try as long as you get the results. Her posture is defined, her words are merciless. Let's get back to the topic. Right now, you and I are the only ones living here. I do not care to have too many people around, so I cleared everyone out. Hold on a second, Akia. You cleared everyone out? You wouldn't want to run into one of our relatives in the mansion, would you, Nissan? I have put off most of the servants, but there are enough for you and I, so there are no problems. Wait, no problems. You're going to get attacked at our family meetings if you do something like that. Oh, please be quiet. Rather than having the mansion overrun with people, would you be more relaxed with just the two of us here? Well, it's true that I feel more relaxed, but you just become the head of the family, Akia. If you go around abusing your power like that, some sort of dictator, our relatives are not going to keep quiet. Even they are man to go against their opinions. Indeed, that's why Father entrusted you to the Arimas. I, on the other hand, have despised them ever since I was a child. I'm not going to put up with their whining any longer. I'm not going to put up. Look, Akia. Now enough. Just listen. You don't have to worry about me. You just worry about your own little life for now, Nissan. I see it's going to be difficult for you to change in many ways. Akia says sulkily, looking away a little. Now then, if anything you don't understand, ask Hisu. I'm having a flashback for you. Is that why this didn't skip? She looks at the girl standing by her side. The girl called Hisu bows expressionlessly. This is Hisu. She'll be your personal maid from now on. Is that acceptable? What? Personal maid, you mean? In other words, she's your servant. Aki declares as if it was obvious. I can't believe it. Fishing with the western stall at the house. The girl in the maid's yard stands there as if it's a natural thing to do. Hold on. I'm not a kid, you know. I don't need a servant. I can take care of myself. Would that include the cooking and the laundry? Ugh. Aki is pretty sharp at putting these things out. So anyway, now that you return to the mansion, you will obey my directions. I don't know how you lived at the Arimas house, but you're living at the Tona house now. Please accept everything given to you. Ugh. I can't say anything about it. My eyes drift towards Hisu, but she simply looks back at me, expressionless like a doll. Well then, Hisu, please show Nissan to his room. Cool. Yes, my lady. Hisu approaches me with a shadow-like lack of presence. I'll guide you to your room, Shiki-sama. Hisu heads towards the lobby. Sighing, I head up towards the lobby too. We enter the lobby. This mansion is split into east and west wings, with a lobby in the middle. The lobby is like the main body of birds whose wings are the halls extending diagonally to the east and west. Each wing is about the size of a small hospital. I remember the house is a construction symmetrically, so both the east and west wing have the same amount of floor plans. Your room is this way, Shiki-sama. Hisu climbs up a flight of stairs. Seems like my room is at the end of is on the second floor. Can I think of it? Someone's room should be on the first floor. At the west wing, there's probably where Hisu and Koraku-san's rooms are. I didn't use that information last time. Outside, the sun has already set. The girl that made outfits who walks down that long, dimly lit hallway without a word. It kind of feels like a wonderland. Without thinking, I let my thoughts slip out. Did you say something, Shiki-sama? Hisu stops and looks back at me. I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry about it. But just staring at me, Hisu bows and starts walking again. Here, is this my room? Yes. If you're displeased with it, I can arrange a different one for you. There's nothing I could be displeased with. No, just really too fancy for me. Shiki-sama, it's fine. I'll gladly use this room. Understood. This room has not been touched since 8 years ago, so I do not believe you'll find anything unsatisfactory with it. There's something odd about the way Houston said that. I thought she was implying this was once my room. Hey, is any chance my own room? That is what I've been told. Am I mistaken? Hisu inclines her head to the side slightly. I feel relieved. It seems this girl can express your emotions after all, but I might be now that you mention it. I do remember it vaguely, so maybe so. I can't feel any sense of familiarity about this place, but I guess that's what it's like after you leave a place for 8 years. I might have to read all the dialogue again that I've already seen. I can't get settled here though. I was living in a 6.5 mat-sized room until this morning. It's not like I'm staying in some high-class hotel. I understand how you feel, but please try to get used to it. From today onwards, you are the eldest son of the Eternal House, Shiki-sama. You're right. I've got to do my best so I, at least look like it on the outside. With a thump, I dropped my bag on the table and stretched my back. I've been feeling a little stressed out with everything that's happened so far, but I guess I got no choice but to adjust today onwards. Shiki-sama, all of your luggage has been brought here. Is there anything, more you require? No, not really. Why do you ask? There's a very little delivery. If there's anything you need, I can have it prepared, so please do not hesitate. I see. I don't know anything here from now on. I didn't have much luggage to begin with. The luggage is just this bag, these glasses, and the textbook in my bag. That's white ribbon with an unidentified owner. That's all. Ah, that's right. I haven't asked her about the most important thing yet. Can I ask you something, Hisu? Yes. It's about a TV. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken about this, but you and Kawaku-san are sisters, right? Oh, is this why I didn't skip? But instant surprise flashes in Hisu's expressionless eyes. Yes, Kawaku is my older sister. Really? Great. Then that means you two must be the two girls who lived here. I'm happy that I inadvertently raised my voice. In direct contrast to my joy, Hisu does not move. Hisu? You and Kawaku-san are with the children taken in here, aren't you? We used to play together. I wonder if you remember. Close my mouth as I speak. No. The girl I was playing with was the bright cheerful one. The one who get at us with the cold eyes has to be, I played with your sister quite a lot, Hisu. Yes, I know. Years before you went to the Arima household, Maki-sama, Chuki, Nisan, and I. Hisu speaks as if disinterested. It's good that I know Hisu and Kawaku-san are the twins from my memories, but it seems Hisu doesn't think much of it. I see. I didn't talk to you much, so I'm sorry for getting so worked up. You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I must apologize for my rudeness to you when I was younger. Hisu loves ahead. I really feel uneasy. I know Hisu doesn't mean to make me feel bad, but I don't know how to respond when a girl the same way Tsui says that to me. Cool. Do you have any other requests, Shiki-sama? I don't think in particular. Oh, very well. I shall call to you in an hour's time. Please relax until then. As expected, Hisu says everything with an expressionless face. Right, 1 hour later she must be in dinner, but even if she tells me to relax, how can I do it here? The clock says it's around 6 o'clock. You should be watching TV in the same room around this time, but I'm having serious doubts as to whether there's such a thing in this mansion. Hisu, I know it's kind of trivial to ask, is there any television in this mansion? Television? Hisu's eyes narrow slightly. I know I'm the one who to ask, but it really is a stupid question. I feel there's something wrong with asking about the presence of a TV in a luxurious mansion like this. Hisu makes a rather troubled face and stares up into space. Yeah, I know there's no television except in Kawaku's room right now. Some of the visitors did make use of one, but when they departed they packed it up with their luggage and took it away with them. So I do not believe there are any remaining. Hold on, visitors? Like who? For how long? Relatives, the eldest son of Kogami-sama, from a branch of the family, Tozaki-sama's third daughter and her fiance, and Kishima-sama's eldest son came to stay here for close to 3 years. 3 years, huh? You see, that's what you call freeloaders, not visitors. Hisu does not reply. No matter what kind of people tutors were, it seems that someone can't say anything bad about them. But anyway, it seems like those relatives had brought and taken back their own luggage with them. The real man hated the product of modern culture, making them all vulgar. There was no way he would even watch TV. Lucky he would be educated by him for the last 8 years would probably be the same. But it's not like I'll die without one. Hisu was silent. Like a perfect example of a servant, Hisu says nothing unless she's being asked directly. This is of course kind of depressing for me. I want to make it that expressionless face, make it just more somehow, but that it's impossible with just only half-hearted efforts. There's a library in the first one, the West Wing, wasn't there? Maybe I'll go find something to read when I have free time. Hisu does not reply. She just stands there in the doorway. I can't even tell where she's looking. Hisu? Hisu doesn't say a word. Suddenly she looks straight at me. I believe there's one in Nissan's room. Huh? I have no idea what she's talking about. A TV. There's one what? A television. I must see one in Nissan's room. She just says as if she remembers something from many years ago. I see. Kawaku-san does look like the type of person who'd watch those variety shows. but I balk at going into Kuraku-san's room to tell her, let me watch your TV. Sorry, just forget I ever asked. After all, I'll be living here from now on. I've got to follow the rules of the mansion. God knows what sort of a cynical comment I'd be in for Aki if I started watching television. It seems I'll be using a solitary still alive, faithful member of the Tono family from now on. Alright, I'll be in my room until dinner, so just call me when it's time. You've got other things to do, don't you, Hisu? Hisu nods in assent and turns around. Suddenly, open the door, she leaves the room. Yes, I would view this scene of doing nothing. Um, go to the sitting room with Aki, yeah, go watch TV, no, I'll stay in my room again, yes. Uh, oh, this is a new scene apparently. I'll stop, I guess. Da 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 da, this one over here, and yeah. Hello, new scenes. Interesting.